What's going on, everybody? Kennybomb is in the building, and before Chaos Reigns was released, I saw a lot of people complaining because after you level up all of your characters, there was really no way to get free Dragon Crystals in the game. Luckily for us, that has changed. But if you have not claimed your free set of Dragon Crystals for week 1, then you are getting dangerously close to missing out on them. And they're pretty easy to get. So I'm going to show y'all exactly how to do it today before this timer runs up. But first, shouts out to WB for sponsoring this video. Let's get into it.
Run, boy, they coming on.
Alright, so if you aren't aware or if you haven't been in Towers of Time yet, you got an opportunity to get some free Dragon Crystals, and this actually updates every week. So, if you come in Towers of Time, press your start button. It's going to tell you exactly what you need to do to get those Dragon Crystals. And right now, as I'm recording this video, you got 1 day and 13 hours left. So the Mortal Kombat shop updates on Tuesday. You better get these Dragon Crystals before the update comes in. I mean, it's only 75 crystals, but it's better than nothing. Collect them up over the month, and I'm sure you'll be able to get you a free skin pretty soon. So all you have to do in this case is do 30 fatalities while you're in Towers of Time. What I did was I went to the arcade ladder. I completed it with Sector, completed it with Cyrax, completed it with Noob Saibot, and then I came back here to this hard tower. It's level 34 now. I think that might have been the same thing it was when I was in there before, but it's actually pretty easy until you get to the last fight. There was an Atara in there, and she cooked me. I think it might still be her because it says the modifier is bloody organs. I'm going to have to go in there because I can't take that loss. I got my invasions level up a little bit, so I'm going to have to go back in there and see if I can get her. Now, as y'all can see here as well, right now I am at the top 25%, and I haven't even played as much as I want to. So once I finish invasions, I'm coming back to Towers of Time and I'm going crazy, because if I'm already at 25% based on what I've done, then I'm sure I can get to the top 5%. I'll be reporting back to y'all as soon as I do so, but make sure y'all come in here and get these Dragon Crystals because you don't want them to go to waste. That's all I got for y'all. I don't got 8 minutes. Thank y'all for tuning in. Should we do Mortal Kombat hot takes? Let's do Mortal Kombat hot takes. Whew. This post has only been active for 2 days, and we already got more hot takes than we had under the first one. So we might need to do this 2 times per week. I don't know. We'll see. But let's go ahead and take some at random, and we will start with this one. Food Nation 72 says, Titan Havoc is way cooler than Titan Shang Tsung. You know what, Food Nation? I agree with you. Now, I understand why they went with Titan Shang Tsung over Titan Havoc in Mortal Kombat 1's base story. It's because that's the story that made sense. It was really a continuation of Mortal Kombat 11, because in Aftermath, we didn't know for sure who walked away with the win. Of course, Liu Kang being the good guy, you would assume he did, but the big twist was, wait a minute, both of them actually won. So yes, I will say Titan Havoc is a cooler character, but to be fair, if Shang Tsung popped up looking like Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat 11, I think that would have made him a lot cooler as well. But it is what it is. So not a bad assessment there from your Food Nation. But let's go ahead and move on to our next hot take, and we will grab this one right here. Michael Ray Driver. My main gripe is Titan Havoc. He had the worst death for a big bad. My problem with his death was he didn't have a death. I mean, Noob Saibot pulled off his arms and his legs, but as we all know, Havoc can grow those things back. Liu Kang stopped Noob Saibot from killing him, but we didn't see Liu Kang throw him into a void or anything to get rid of him. Last we saw Havoc, he was just laying down on the ground. I mean, Liu Kang could have forgot him and just went through a portal. Now we still got Titan Havoc going crazy. We don't know what happened. That was my big problem with it. And I think that final boss fight was too easy. They should have threw in some Titan type stuff in there and just made the fight crazy, like a final boss fight. So, not a bad one, Michael Ray. Let's go ahead and move on to one close to it. We'll get Danny D9181. The story was too short. They should have gave Sub-Zero a chapter before they turned him into Noob Saibot. Danny D, I agree with you 100%. Some type of chapter where we could see him working his way up to Havoc and then finally getting kidnapped. And I think throughout the story, we should have just gone and flashed back to him so we could see him getting tortured or turned into Noob Saibot, something like that. It's just like he disappeared, we saw them like flash the little needles in front of his face, and then later in the story, he pops up as Noob Saibot. So I think they should have focused more on him, just because this is such a big character that you killed off, and it felt like it was just unceremoniously in the end. So I don't like it. Gluten Intolerant. Big shouts out to Gluten Intolerant. Honestly, the whole ending of the story was a mess. Noob beating Havoc kind of makes sense with what Noob said about Havoc putting his mind into Noobs, but Liu Kang should have beaten Havoc, just saying. I don't think so. I mean, we saw Liu Kang ultimately finish off Titan Shang Tsung, so we know he's powerful, but I didn't mind Noob Saibot taking him out. They made perfect sense of it before it happened, so honestly, I thought it was a cool moment. Let's go ahead and get another one close to it. Alex Nitrate 3204 says, MK1 will become a trilogy with a third expansion pack that ties up the loose ends. There aren't really any loose ends, Alex. What are the loose ends that were left over? After thinking about it, I think everything was pretty much wrapped up. I mean, we didn't see what happened to Havoc, but Liu Kang did mention sending him off somewhere, and I don't think he would send him somewhere where he can escape from, because Liu Kang can't be that stupid, especially as the fire god. Bi-Han was sent to the Temple of the Elements with the Baldy, but if you look at Noob Saibot and Sector's tower endings, it kind of expands on that story, which we'll talk about later. There was really nothing left open. So if we get a third expansion, I just hope we're not time traveling again, because Melina was actually talking about General Shao escaping and wreaking havoc on Outworld. So hopefully we get to dive deeper on that, and hopefully General Shao turns into Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat 13. We'll see. All right, let's get the next one. We're going to scroll around a little bit, and we are going to take one from around the top. You know what? Let's get this one. Otto Octavius 9552 says, the people would have been more accepting of new female characters instead of the cyborg's gender swaps. Even making Noob Saibot the betrayed father would have been better than the iron women we got. See, Otto, this is kind of subjective. Some people love the gender swaps, some people hate them. And when I say some people love them, some people is me. I never cared about Cyrax or Sector before Mortal Kombat 1. Sure, they look cool in Mortal Kombat 9 and they look cool in Mortal Kombat 11, but them as characters, I never really cared about them. Now, I absolutely do care about them. I love how Sector rides for Bi-Han, and I like the weird relationship between Cyrax and Scorpion. I'm interested in seeing where they're going with that, or if they did have something going on before. Are they just friends right now? Will Harumi get killed and Scorpion end up with Cyrax? Now we got a Scorpion and Cyrax, baby. Look at the potential for the Kombat kids. The first ones weren't cool outside of Cassie and Jackie. Now we got a chance to get two new cool Kombat kids. Let's go. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. You know, you wake up by blue, probably don't wait to bed. We won't take that one. Young homie crashed out. Let's go ahead and find something else. We will get, you know, Super Mario. I keep seeing his face pop up here. Yummy Anthony. Everything of Chaos Reigns was amazing, except the Chaos Reigns story itself, which is funny AF. The story wasn't amazing, but I mean, it was fine. You know, it was cool. It was cool. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. All right, let's get, we will get this one. Prince Joker 2023. Should have been free. The whole thing. You know what? Everybody wants everything for free, but people have to work to make this stuff, y'all. If they could give it to us for free, I'm sure they would give it to us for free. And they gave us a lot of free stuff in the Chaos Reigns pack. The animalities are absolutely amazing, and they're free. So we got to take the wins we can get. I mean, I'm not going to work for free. I don't know about y'all, so I can definitely understand them having to charge us for it. Let's go with this one next. Fighter Z9000 says, felt rushed and we didn't get to explore the two clans, the new characters, and new era, but instead this multiverse crap. How do y'all feel about the multiverse of Mortal Kombat 1? Let me know in the comment section if you like the multiverse stuff or you don't like the multiverse stuff. I always hear negative stuff about it. I'm personally not a big fan, but there's got to be some people who like it, right? Let me know in the comment section if you are one of them. Let's go ahead and get a few more here. All right, MK Scorpion 493 says, story is so rushed and awful. I am so sad about MK1 Chaos Reigns. Again, I don't think the story was awful at all, and I don't think it was rushed. It was definitely, maybe it was rushed. Rushed in the sense that they didn't have enough time to fit everything they were trying to fit into this story. They were trying to do too much, so they had to cut corners to get us to the end of the story. Like, my biggest problem was I wanted to explore more of the characters from Liu Kang's universe, because we're probably not going to get another Mortal Kombat game until like 2029. So we're going to be leaving these characters for a very long time if they don't do another story expansion. That was my biggest problem with it, but I'm not going to come on here and cry about it every day just because the story didn't go the way I wanted it to go, because a lot of people enjoyed that time we spent with Empress Tanya and Emperor Rain. Like Vince here, who says, hot take, Emperor Rain is the best iteration of Rain in Mortal Kombat history. So you have people who really enjoyed it. Just because you didn't doesn't mean it's the end of the world. That's why I want to know how everybody feels about the time travel stuff, because I know we all can't feel the same. Let's go ahead and take a few more here. Epic Ninja Sensei Dinosaur Pup 6957 says, I actually enjoyed Havoc more than I thought I would. Dragon scene was completely pointless and Rain's death was funny to me. See, this was the problem with Rain's death. People know this is not Rain from Liu Kang's universe, so it's not the Rain that we're going to be dealing with in the future. So it really wasn't that big of an impact, just because we know Rain's still alive. Even though this one died, we still have our Rain in our universe. So while it was a cool scene, it just wasn't as impactful as it could have been if it happened in Liu Kang's universe. Even if they killed World War II Johnny Cage, it wouldn't really have mattered much, because we got our own Johnny Cage to worry about, you know? Let's go ahead and take the last post here directly from the top. We're going to grab the most recent one. So the top post goes to Joshua Gorski 9452, and he simply says, story wasn't long enough. And right underneath that, we got Cosmic Ghost 811, who says, it felt incomplete and short. I don't know what y'all expected. Mortal Kombat Aftermath was like 2 hours long, and this was around the same length, so this is exactly what I expected from the story expansion. But it seems like for some people, they expected it to be, I guess, just as long as the base story, and that is just not happening with an expansion. So personally, I had no problem with the length of this thing. I went into this expecting something that was around the same size as Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, and that's pretty much exactly what we got, so I had no problem with the length of it. But let me know what you guys think about everything we spoke about here today. Thank y'all for tuning into this video. Make sure you get in there and get those 30 fatalities done so you can get your dragon crystals. If you made it this far, do me a favor and drop a like on this video. But don't forget to smash that subscribe button, especially if you don't want to miss any updates on Mortal Kombat 1. Big shouts out again to WB for providing me with the free code for this game. Bomb Squad, let's get to that.